to the top of your mat. This workshop is going to be on Sun Salutations. So we're going to do a breakdown of all the poses that make up Sun Salutation A today, and then we'll do another workshop on Sun Salutation B. We have Jess with us, and she's going to be our question asker and my little demo model. So thanks, Jess. Okay, so from here, we're going to work all the way down from the feet and the stacking of the body all the way up to the crown of the head with your Sun Salutations, the foundation of your practice. So some people, when you go and do Ashtanga, which is the yoga practice that I'm trained in, you start your Ashtanga where you literally are only allowed to move on to your next postures once you've got your Sun Salutation waxed. So we're going to try and get to that place today. I'm going to take my socks off so you can see my toes. I don't know, Jess, if you can.
Dad, I can't see your head when you stand up.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try. And is that a bit better? Do you think that's
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Can you see my feet?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so with our Sun Salutation, if you bring your big toes to touch, and then the outer edges of your feet need to be parallel to each other. So take a good look at your feet and make sure that the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Your big toes are touching. And then you want to lift your toes all the way up. And we've spoken about this in some of the classes. You need to put the weight down through all four corners of the feet. So make sure that you've got equal weighting on the big toe mound, the baby toe mound, and both outer edges of the heel. So in this, let's practice a little bit with taking the weight forward and feeling what it would be like to have the weight more on our toe edge. And then coming back onto your heel to make it feel what your body would feel like if you're leaning further back. And then come forward again, bringing the weight to the center of your feet. And then from here, finding the balance where your weight is evenly distributed between all four corners of the feet. Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay, then lift your toes up. And then gently place them down, spreading them all the way out. Try and activate all 5 digits. And then gently place them down. And then just lift them up again. And then just gently place them down. Feel free to ask questions, Jess, as we go. And then lift.
Are you supposed to be when you do that heavy in your heels?
No, you have an equal weight distribution now on all 4 corners of your feet.
Okay.
Okay, and then gently bring your toes back down. And then I want you to concentrate on your inner arches. So feel what it would feel like if you drop the weight into the bottom of your inner arches, so you're almost bringing your knees together. And then feel like what it would feel like if you were to lift your inner arches, and you should feel your glutes activating. And you all of a sudden want to draw your kneecaps up automatically. So feel.
Yeah.
Okay, and then focus on the feet, focus on the balance. And then I want you to move to your kneecaps. So draw your kneecaps up without creating tension, just a nice, it's almost like you just want to focus on lifting the kneecaps up. And then make sure that your hips are facing the short edge of your mat, so parallel to the short side of the mat. Sometimes it helps just to put your hands on your hips. And then make sure that you've got a balance, making your hips equal. Okay? And then I want you to concentrate on drawing your tailbone under. So often we stand like this. I'm a great culprit of doing that. So tuck your tailbone under. Exaggerate it. So go from this position to then drawing your tailbone under, and automatically you should lift your belly. You should feel a beautiful lift in your belly button. Okay? So
yeah.
Up. And then you don't want your ribs to pop out, so draw your lower ribs in, and then take your shoulders down, taking your hands to the side. And from here, I want you to exaggerate, so open up your arms all the way to the side. Feel that beautiful opening in the front body, making sure that you've still got that stacking that we've been focusing on. So you've still got the equal weight in your feet. You're drawing on your kneecaps. Your inner arches are lifted. tailbone's tucked under. You're feeling a pull from your perineum all the way to the crown of your head.
Yeah.
Tucked in, your belly's nice and strong without feeling too much tension, and your chest is...
I'm scared to breathe. I'm scared to breathe in this position.
Okay, so from here, you're going to breathe. So from this position, just make sure that your neck is not tense. So you want to just move your neck from side to side. You almost want your chin to be parallel to the ground. And then release any tension in your face. And from here, just practice deep breathing. So you're going to breathe in through your nose. And I want you to feel like your rib cage is expanding out. Okay, so you're not lifting your rib cage or arching your back. Your expansion is coming like it's almost to the side. So if you put your hands onto your rib cage, when you breathe, I don't know if you can see in my belly, but you're feeling this expansion to the side. So you're breathing in, and you're almost filling up to the palms of your hands. So breathe in, and then exhale. You want to draw that perineum in. Breathe in, and exhale. Breathe in, and out. Breathe in, and out. Okay, so we're going to try and find a flow from this position. So using that same expansive feeling with the breath, on the inhale, you're going to expand the ribs and expand the arms all the way up. So inhale. But here, it's quite important. So if you're checking my shoulders, you want to make sure that you're not doing this when you're lifting your arms, okay? Keep your your shoulders drawing towards each other. You're inhaling, you're lifting your arms to the side, keeping your shoulders down, activating. And then exhale, keeping that same connection with your shoulders and bringing your arms all the way down. Okay, so really concentrate. Almost imagine that I've got my hand between your two shoulders and you're pressing into my hand. Okay, so inhale, lift the arms all the way up, keeping the shoulders together, focusing on not having too much tension in the neck. And then exhale, bring the arms all the way down, tucking that tailbone under, drawing the belly up, focusing on the drawing up of the inner arches. There's a lot to think about. Okay, inhale, bring the arms up. Draw the belly in, and exhale, bring the arms all the way down.
Oh no, it's about remembering to keep to be tucked.
Yeah, so you're tucking the tailbone under, you're drawing the lower ribs in, but then expanding with the breath and expanding with the flow. So inhale, bring those arms up. And then now for the exhale, to hinge the hips forward, draw that tailbone under, connect with your belly, so bring your belly in, and hinge at the hips. So you want to make sure that you're not just folding forward like this. You actually, if you're exaggerating it, you're actually folding all the way forward, leading with the chin, the crown of the head. And it's really nice and slow, drawing the belly in. And if you need to keep the spine straight, it's better to bend the knees. Okay? So if you're coming from here, when you hinge forward, you tuck that tailbone under, draw the belly in, hinge all the way forward. Keep the belly in, bend the knees slightly, bring the bellies to the thighs. And then from there, you're going to straighten the legs. Either bring your hands to your shins or the floor, keeping your spine straight. Still focusing on that feet, the foundation of the feet. Okay, so let's try that together. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Gaze to your fingertips. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly in, hinging at the hips, folding all the way forward, drawing the kneecaps up. Slightly bend the thighs, bring the belly to the thighs. And then flat back, bring your hands to your shins, straighten your legs, and straighten your spine. Keeping the chin tucked. And then exhale, you're going to bend the knees again, bringing the chin towards the shins. And then exhale, plant the hands down, step into your high plank position. So your high plank is also very important. You also want to tuck the tailbone under, you want to draw that belly in. But what's very important in this high plank is that you want to bring your shoulders over your wrists. So if you find that you can't keep your spine straight, then you should drop your knees down and untuck your toes. Okay? And then from there, making sure your shoulders are over your wrists, drawing your belly in. If your knees are down, bending your elbows to your side body, keeping your elbows in as much as possible, bringing your chin towards the mat. Then on the inhale, pressing up. This is your baby cobra. So keeping your feet tucked, your knees are on the ground, belly's drawing up, shoulders away from the ears, open your chest, keeping your chin parallel to the ground, gaze is just a little bit in front of you. So that's your baby cobra. So let's do that again. Come back to the floor. Okay, and then inhale, you're going to press yourself up, pressing your weight into your toes, into your knees, drawing your tailbone under, connecting your belly, protecting your lower back, pressing yourself up, opening your chest, shoulders away from the ears. Okay, then press back onto the knees, tuck the toes under, and from here, lift your hips, and then press back towards your heels. Okay, so let's run through that again. So let's come back to the top of the mat, standing up.
So Tash, when you do down dog, you know your arms when you're pushing, how you're, like when you push, because I like overextend almost.
So we'll get to down dog. Let's just do the transition from standing to onto the mat. Down dog's quite a lot of what are they called? Cues to get yourself into the right position. And it's a down dog's a very difficult position to get right. So we'll Okay.
Yeah.
Side. Focus on the weight on all four corners of the feet. Make sure you from the inner arches, activating the glutes, tucking the tailbone under, drawing the belly up, opening your chest, relaxing your shoulders, taking any tension off your face. Inhale, sweep those arms up, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone under, and then hinge from the hips, drawing the belly in nice and slow as possible. Bringing the hands all the way down towards the ground, giving a slight bend in the knees, bringing the belly to the thighs. Then inhale, flat back, look forward, either hands on the mat or on the shins, whatever gives you a straighter spine. And then exhale, plant the hands down, step back into a high plank, making sure that your shoulders are over your wrists. All 5 fingers are stretching out nice and wide, and you want the creases of your wrists to be facing forward. Bring those shoulders over the wrists, drop your knees down, untuck your toes, draw the belly in, and then bend the elbows to the side body, bringing the chin towards the mat. Pressing the weight into the toes, pushing your chest up and opening your chest, drawing your belly in, tucking your tailbone under. Chin is still parallel to the ground. And then exhale, untucking your toes, lifting your hips and moving with your hips, pressing all the way up to downward facing dog. Okay, so let's do that one more time. I want to do where we do chaturanga without the knees down. So chaturanga with the knees down is a slightly less advanced practice. If you want to take it a level up, then you're going to lift your knees up and come into a chaturanga. Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of the baby cobra. All good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So from here, bring the big toes to touch. I'm just going to give you the cues over and over, just so you keep thinking about the way that the position needs to be. So outer edges parallel. Lift up the inner arches, draw the kneecaps up, tailbone under, draw the belly. Feel like you've got a long line of energy from the perineum all the way to the crown of the head. But it's peaceful, okay? So it's not tense, it's nice and peaceful. You're finding stability and strength. And then from here, inhale the arms up, keeping the shoulders down. Gaze towards your fingertips. Try and keep those ribs in. You don't want them to pop out. Then hinging at the hips, folding all the way forward, drawing the belly in. Planting the hands in front of the feet. Bending the knees slightly, keeping the hips on keeping the belly on the thighs. And then bring your hands to your shins, straighten your back, look forward. Then exhale, plant your hands. Step back to a high plank, making sure the creases of your wrists are facing forward. You're pressing out into your shoulders. So you want to make sure it's a powerful position. If someone's hands were on your back, they'd be able to feel you pushing away from the mat into their hand. From here, making sure your shoulders are over your wrists. Drop your elbows to your side body, coming forward. Knees nice and locked, feet nice, legs strong. Then inhale, untuck your toes, lifting your knees off the mat, pushing forward to upward facing dog. So you should be able to hang out in upward facing dog. Again, your belly is strong, so you draw in your belly button up. Your shoulders are pulling towards each other. Wrist creases still facing the front of the mat. And then exhale, untuck the toes, lifting through the hips, pushing all the way back to downward facing dog. Okay, let's do that one more time. It's a really strong one on your arms, so you should feel like you're getting a good workout here. Okay.
Taking.
Big toes to touch. Outer edges parallel to the outside of the mat. Drawing up on the inner arches, activating your glutes, drawing your kneecaps up, tucking tailbone under, drawing up into the belly, ribs close, ribs coming in, your lower ribs, you don't want them pushing out. Draw your ribs in, shoulders drawing together. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, shoulders away from the ears, chin parallel to the ground. Take your gaze to your fingertips. Draw your belly in. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold really slowly all the way forward. Slight bend of the knees, bring your belly to your thighs. Inhale, flat back, look forward, either keeping your fingertips on the mat or drawing your hands to your shins. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back to a high plank. Shoulders over wrists, wrist creases facing forward. Nice strong legs. Bend your elbows to your side body. Chaturanga. Inhale, press through, open the chest, untuck your back toes. Draw your kneecaps up, belly in. Try and keep the tension out of your face, give a little smile. And then untuck the toes, press the hips up, coming into downward facing dog. Okay, so if we take a moment just to talk about downward facing dog, so come to your knees, Jess. So downward facing dog is really strong, but it does also become a resting posture for us. So it should be a place where we're creating equal amounts of strength and calm, okay? So we don't want to have something that's like we're shaking and we can't stay in that position because then we obviously can't breathe. So you use the breath as your guide. So when you're in that position and you're finding yourself short of breath, then you need to adjust your posture, okay? So the way that I've always been taught downward facing dog, and different people have different ways of approaching it, but this was my training, is if you bring your hands shoulder distance apart, okay, you make sure your wrists are facing forward. You make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide, but not so that they're in tension. It's just that they've got a nice firm grip on the mat. And then you want to put some pressure in your fingertips. So you don't want all the weight into the palms of your hand. You want some pressure in your fingertips. You want your arms to internally rotate. your triceps to internally rotate and your biceps to externally rotate. So you feel which opens up your collarbones. Okay? So feel that position while we're sitting on our knees like this. Feel how we want our hands to be. And then just move yourself forward and back. Feeling the weight coming in over into the palms and then coming backwards. And then taking the feet back, hip width distance apart. You want the outer edges of your feet again to be parallel to the outside of the mat. In this particular instance, let's just bend our knees and bring our belly towards our thighs. Okay? And then from here, just lift your toes and again, spread all 5 digits of your toes onto the mat. From this position, I then want you to lift your hips up. So you're straightening your legs by lifting your hips. You're not straightening your legs by curving your back. So keep a nice straight spine, shoulders away from the ears, and then lift your hips up. Drawing your kneecaps up, your gaze is towards your feet, in between your feet. And I want you to internally rotate your thighs, your inner thighs. Draw your belly button in. Tuck your chin. And in this position, you should find a lot of stability. You should be able to stay here for quite a while. Okay, let's drop back to our knees. How do you feel in that, Liz?
It's more my arms that I feel like I can breathe, but I think my arms are just, they're weak.
Yeah. So it does take some time. I mean, if I don't practice yoga for a while, I do find it quite tiring to be in down dog for a couple of breaths. But it's not compromising the breath or your straight spine. So those are the two things to focus on. So if you find that your spine is being compromised, then bend your knees. Okay, you rather want to keep a straight spine than you want to be in a good downward facing dog. So rather bend your knees and then slowly start to straighten your legs from there than just go into, I'm not sure I've forgotten how to do downward dog any other way, but rather than compromise your spine, go into a good downward dog by keeping your knees bent. Okay? It's better.
How do you know, sorry Tash, how do you know if you're compromising your spine?
I guess the best way I found, and even actually through my teaching, it's been amazing for me to watch my positions on video because there's so many things that you don't think you're doing. So actually and see where you could be adjusting your position. So make sure that when you're filming, you'll be able to see when you're in a downward facing dog if your belly's hanging over your pants or if your weight is in the wrong space. You want your weight in this position to be going towards the back of the room. You want your shoulders to be away from your ears. You want your hips to be high and your spine to be straight. So those are just things that I look out for. And the way to keep the spine nice and straight is by lifting up the hips.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying rather get the hips high by bending the knees than by compromising the spine. So I guess this would more be like a compromised spine. Is if you, I mean, I can't really see on the video, but if you're holding like that, you want your weight to be pushing out of your hands down into your heels and your hips to be lifting high, drawing that belly in.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. Okay. Okay.
All good.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
And then from that downward dog position, so normally in Ashtanga, you take 5 deep breaths in downward facing dog. So we would be finished with our 5 breaths. Then you would gaze between the hands, you'd bend your knees, and either step or jump to the front of the mat. So with the step, you take one big step, bringing your left foot forward or your right foot forward, and then your next one, you're going to bring your big toes to touch. So you set up already for your foundational pose. Then you're going to inhale to a flat back, so drawing shoulders away from the ears. Again, you can bend your knees if you're going to compromise your spine. Then exhale, you're going to bring your chin towards your shins. Inhale, you're going to press through all four corners of your feet. So really grounding down through your feet, drawing the kneecaps up, and then slowly rolling yourself all the way up, bringing the arms above your head, and exhale, bringing your hands to your heart center. Okay, so that's breaking your sun salutation down into each position. So we'll just run one where you can ask me any questions as we go with the knowledge of what I've just told you. Okay. Yeah. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Gaze towards the fingertips. Tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding all the way forward, bringing the fingertips in front of the toes. Slightly bend the knees, bringing the belly to the thighs. Flat back, looking forward, so either hands on the shins or on the mat in front of you. Exhale, plant the hands down, stepping back to high plank, shoulders over wrists, pressing into the palms, pressing away from the mat, drawing the belly in. And then either bending the knees and coming down to the mat for a cobra, or bringing the elbows into the side body, pressing up through chaturanga to upward facing dog, untucking the toes. You don't want your hips to fall down, you want to press away from the mat. So pressing the weight into the toes, pressing away from your palms, and then leading with the hips, rolling over the toes, pressing all the way back, downward facing dog. So remember, feet parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Spread the toes nice and wide. Draw the weight into the heels of the feet. Drawing up on the kneecaps. Drawing your belly button in. Shoulders away from the ears. Hips all the way to the sky. And then inhale, look through your hands. Lightly step the left foot forward. Right foot toes to touch. Inhale, flat back, look forward, hands on the shins or just in front of the feet. Exhale, bring the chin towards the shins. Slightly bend the knees. And then inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Gaze to the fingertips. Exhale, draw the hands to your heart center. Keeping the belly in. Just close the eyes. And then bring your hands to your side. Do you have any questions on that, Jess?
No, it's much better. Thank you.
Can you feel that?
Yeah, it's heart raising, which is good. It's just having to remember to like keep in my stomach and my like all the small tips that you keep saying.
Yeah. So the most important thing is to just remember the breath. So using the breath and really focusing on flowing each movement. So I'll always give the cues according to the breath. And then from there, being able to move. So you take the inhale as the thing that takes you and gives you length, and then the exhale is normally the thing that brings you to the next position. So you just use the breath to guide you, and then remember the structure of the spine is super important. You want to protect your back and you want to protect your spine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks Jess, that's awesome.
Thanks so much, Tash.